Peace to the family. And we are here for another installment live on Brother Polight, facebook.com/Brother Polight. I miss you all. I haven't really engaged in the knowledge for several minutes on time or in because, you know, I've just been enjoying the New York experience. But you have seen me go back in my community, work on the building of a new store in the community and getting the community involved, though I'm putting up all the bread for the storefront and commission my good brothers from the gang to protect the store and also find the youth that will run it. So salute to my homies in Brownsville, East New York, and Crown Heights. We had an amazing unity event that took place on 93rd and Rutland Plaza. Free to 9. You already know, 9 ounce official all day. It's been great. New York is amazing, man. I still gotta get out of here, but it's been amazing. I stayed here over a week longer than I planned to because I miss everybody. I miss the food as well. But the name of this particular video, and I want to make sure that you guys share this video, is very important, is getting out the 1/3s. Y'all got to get out the 1/3s in order to have a successful death. I need y'all to get out the 1/3s. But you know how we do. You know how we looking out here. This is New York City. You know, whether I'm in Brooklyn, whether I'm in Manhattan, it stays lit. Those are my two favorite boroughs. This Midtown Manhattan. This is all me, man. This is all me. I love this energy right here. McLean, Douglas, peace. I'm gonna sit on them stairs over there. Look at this, man. This city be lit. I just love it. This is all me. I love this energy, this attention to detail, the crazies, the zombies, the motivated, the artists. I love everybody just all mixed up in one bunch. This is a beautiful thing. So peace to the family. So I want to talk to you about getting out the 1/3 in order to accomplish a very successful death. You know, the goal to this existence, like I said before in a previous cast, is to have life. Let me see. Pardon me, not to have life, but to get high. That's the goal of this existence. The purpose of existence is to get high. That's a fact. Just chilling. Hold on. I'm gonna get busy. I'm gonna start cooking. Make sure you share the video, because we gotta go in deep. We ain't got no games to play here. It's wild out here. Gotta go in deep. Gotta go in deep. Can't play around. Word. Gotta go in. Pause. Make sure you share the video though. Let me see what else I could do over here. Yeah, so the purpose of this existence is to get high. That's what life is all about. You know, that's the reward when you live this life the right way. The reward for living life right. Oh, pardon me, the reward for dying properly is getting high. Every time you do something properly in this death, you get high. That's a fact. Every time you do something properly, you get high. This is a fact. So, you have endorphins for one, and you have oxytocin for two, which actually should be number one. And these hormones are secreted whenever you're compensated right, whenever you find money, whenever you get a return on your investment. There's a multitude of things that can initiate the high you get off of life when certain spiritual transactions take place. Being compensated for the work you put in gives you a high. It's set up like that so it's set up like that so the death experience get you closer to life. That's why it's set up like that. These are all facts. So it's our responsibility to say, you know what can we do to make sure we don't need a synthetic form of the same? Like even a woman breastfeeding, when she breastfeeds, she gets a high off of life. Oxytocin is part of that natural high. A lot of the same chemistry of oxytocin is found in crack and is found in cocaine. So if we're properly compensated for work that we do, or we invest monies and we get our returns, we get a high. We get this tingling feeling. When we give people who are hurting or don't have much at their disposal, when we give them, they get a high, or you get a high, because you say, man, you know, I wasn't really going to give that person something, but now that I did, I feel real good about that. You get a high from that. You get a high from that. All right, so when you're not engaging this death experience properly, you need synthetic forms of the same to get your high. You need drugs, you know, alcohol, things like that to establish your high, because you're not getting it by what should be the normal conventions, which is to say, yeah, it just seems a little eerie, seems a little weird. Just suddenly just planted themselves here, you know what I'm saying? Big ass city, you know, I know it's crowded, but you know, I did what I had to do to get into my own little corner, in my own little space, and still it's overcrowded over here. Facts. Yeah, we see you. I came all the way, look, I'm in a corner. I'm like right here. I can't even go no further. There you go, we got him out of here. Yo, I'm like, I mean, all up on me. I felt this vibe. But I'm like, I feel like my energy, my spacing is compromised. You know, once you come within a certain range of my auric shell, the frequency changes and it causes me to turn around. No spooky, it's just real. But you got, damn. I mean, all the space in the world, you all up under me. You're like, god damn, man. See, because I went somewhere where I'm away from everything. So that way I know when you don't belong. Because I done moved away. I just want my own little space right here. That's all I want. And goddamn, I barely had elbow room in my own little space. City lit though. Look at the city, man. It's early in the morning. It's morning time over here. It's like this all day, every day. So yeah, it's all about producing a natural high. You want to get a natural high off of life. And that sensation that you get when you do something real good for somebody, you was like, man, it's kind of like a sacrifice, but I'm gonna do it for them anyway. And then you really see the impact it has on them. Gives you a natural high, that tingling feeling. That's oxytocin. And oxytocin causes you to bond to whatever is associated with that experience, so you can want to do it again. And so if we do work for others, whether it be philanthropic or actual work that we just be compensated for, but we actually get paid the right way, what happens is you bond to that experience, meaning you're gonna always want to work. You're gonna always want to work hard. You know, that's why when you get the championship, you're like, man, I want to do it again. That's why a boxer sometimes doesn't even know when to retire, because they get a high from all the hard work and the commitment, all the hard work and the dedication, the push-ups, you know, the ab exercises, the calf rolls, all of that stuff that they do. And then they win the fight. You get a high after doing all that work. And you want to revisit that sensation again. The only way you could do it is if you go through the same process. And oxytocin is responsible for that. But if you're not doing things to get the high, investing and getting returns, if you're working a job and you're underpaid, if a woman's not breastfeeding, you know, if you're not doing the things to get the natural high, then you're going to wind up beseeching synthetic forms of the same, which is going to be through drugs, popping pills. And the only thing is it's temporary, and then what you're doing is reprogramming the brain, reprogramming the body, reprogramming your heart to say, you know what, you need not produce these on your own. We got an external source. It's no different from a child who should be breastfed, who's given a bottle, and then once the child is given the bottle, that child is reprogrammed. The pre-encoded DNA says to be weaned from your mother, but once that baby gets a bottle, it's a wrap. Automatically, the baby's like, I don't want to be weaned from off the breast of the woman. What I want to do is get the bottle. That's what happens. It gets re-encoded that quick. So the same thing happens with us. If we don't learn the expedience of getting a natural high from life, this is what we got to teach the children. If we don't learn the expedience of getting a natural high from life, then what's going to happen is we're going to besiege synthetic forms of the same through external forces, and then we'll be re-encoding our DNA. Walking with me, we'll be re-encoding our DNA to not get high off of this death experience. And with every high you get off this death experience, you have to accumulate enough highs and learn how to sustain the highs off this death experience to engage life. Because we're dying from the time we come into this world. And the only thing that can prolong it is our highs. That's a whole nother conversation. Let me get to the 1/3. Well, maybe I could deal with this with Sonetta's channel. I don't know. You know, sometimes, no, that audience is very aggressive. So you normally have different type of content. But I would love to express this on his channel, to share this. I believe his channel can use that as well, this information. Well, we'll talk about it. Or I'll slip it in there in the middle of a political or religious question. But this existence is all about getting high. This death time is all about getting high. Peace to the family. Nah, I don't smoke at all. If you mean, do I blow something? I don't deal with nothing. Once you prefix blow or whatever, I'm not dealing with it. I don't smoke none of that. Okay. So, keep in mind, we got another live one. Unsuspected live one. But anyway, so keep that in mind. Be sure to share the video. This is very important. So now we're talking to you about being in the 1/3. And again, if you're interested in the mentorship program, you want to live this beautiful, amazing life where we travel all over the world. Oh, and I'm going back on my travels in a few days. Keep that in mind. A few days, I'll be out of here. I got some dope places that I'm about to be in. You know, I'm also getting ready to prepare for my next debate. So you know I travel. Can't disclose one of the places that I'm about to go to, but I can disclose a couple others. Y'all about to see me in some amazing places. I promise you that. I promise you that. Inside of like 10, 12 days. I promise you. And I can't wait to go live. Nah, I do. I love sharing my experience with you guys everywhere I go. I'm talking out the country. You know, once I go out, I stay out for a minute. There ain't no 2-day travel stuff. So I'm just getting it all in, getting the motivation and the inspiration that I get from the city. Like I said, I miss being in New York. Labor Day Parade in Brooklyn was amazing, but we need to get you out of the 1/3. And in New Covenant, we have our own jargon, we have our own phraseologies, we have our own catchphrases, right? So when we say get you out the 1/3, what we mean by that in our New Covenant community is that when you go to work, you have a 9 to 5, that's about 8 hours. Traveling to work is about an hour. Coming back from work is about an hour, granted. A little more, a little less. So that's 10 hours. And then we're commissioned to sleep about 8 hours a day, 1/3 of our life. But many of you at least sleep on an average about 6 hours. So that's 16 hours out of 24, which means you only have 1/3 of your life, or your existence, I should say, your death time. You got 1/3 of your death time. From the second you're born, you're on the way out. The second you come in, you're on the way out. This is a fact. Just because you're growing taller, it appears that you're not aging or dying, right? We don't start considering the fact that we're dying until gravity plays a toll and we start shrinking, right? Because our spine starts bending because of anterior pelvic tilt and synergistic dominance. That's actually the terms, but again, I will not digress. I always got so much stuff going on in my mind. Forgive me. This is my stream. I get to talk whatever I want to talk, when I want to talk it, and I like it like that because I get to just throw things out there. At the very least, you can go look it up. But yeah, because of synergistic dominance and anterior pelvic tilt, why it appears like we're shrinking and going downward. That's another conversation in of itself. So I say get out the 1/3 because when you work your 9 to 5, that's about 8 hours. Going to work and coming from work, hour, that's 10 hours. and now going to sleep about 6 hours, that's 16 hours out of the 24-hour cycle, leaving you 2/3 of your time in your life you're spending to work for somebody else. And that's why I do the mentorship, and that's why I do the consultations. Consultations, $200 an hour, $300 an hour in person. The reason why I do these things, brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com. Brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com. Always leave your full name and your phone number. The reason why I do it is because I'm experiencing a version of life that I think all of us should be privy to. And it starts off with first understanding how you get your highs. You get your highs from investing and getting returns. You get your highs from putting work in, studying, and then realizing the effect that the study has done for you when you make the application of knowledge, wisdom. Okay, you get your highs from knowing what's the best foods to eat and then working real hard to generate the revenue so you can engage that holistic health lifestyle. You get your highs from being duly compensated, from working real hard and then given the right recompense. These is where we get our highs from. So we have to work real hard in this deaf time to make sure we create entrepreneurial situations where we're not undercompensated and therefore we don't appreciate hard work. Okay? We got to work real hard to make sure we're not taken advantage of, so that way we don't get depressed and then we start beseeching drugs. These are all facts. We don't want external remedies to getting high, because existence is all about getting high. And if you can get high enough, you achieve bliss. So all facts, and this is what the alphabetical symmetry of light is all about. This is what making the heart compress or collapse upon itself is all about. Remember, the heart is shaped just like the headdress of Usair. It's called the pericardium. See, we draw the heart, but that shape of the heart that we draw represents a mandible, which is a recursive wave that both adds and multiplies. That's something totally different. That's when the heart collapses upon itself. That is the byproduct of the heart collapsing upon itself properly by way of the pericardium contractions, which is shaped just like the headdress of Usair. And we know when we go in the Hall of Judgment, we see the heart weighed on the scale. There's a lot to it. This is real talk. This is really real talk. So what I want to talk to you about is making sure you understand, number one, this existence is about getting high. And it's a death time existence. And we get closer to life, the more high we accumulate. And if we can sustain our highs long enough, we can sustain highs long enough, we can achieve life. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, they said we only use less than 10% of our brain. And only 3% of our DNA we have accessed and decoded. The other 97% is what they call junk DNA, which appears to be active in our passing, which tells us this: we only experience 3% of our life in this death time. The other 97% happens when we transition, unless we establish those highs. And then they'll only be able to use 10% of our brain, while dolphins are using 20%, and we're the ones that can read, write, study, walk, and talk. It stands to reason we need to tap into that other plus 10. We need to tap into that. So in my world, I'm like, yo, in order to experience life, we have to go past 10% of our brain and beyond 3% of our DNA. I'm just dealing with it based on the numbers. We have to access the junk DNA in this death time to truly experience life. But we only experience 3% of our life per the DNA that's been decoded. We're not accessing no more of it. According to modern day science, contemporary science, we're not touching more than 10% of our brain. Most of us are less than 10%. So now what that tells me is this: the more DNA I access, the more access I have to the brain. And that's based on the contractions of the heart through recursive waves, through phase conjugation, coherent heart frequency. But that's another conversation. It's up for grabs, and I'm ready to go to work on when we get there. But right now, we want to talk about you committing 2/3 of your lifetime to somebody else. In fact, the reason why you woke up is to go to work, and the reason why you ate lunch was to have enough energy to continue working. The reason why you ate breakfast, so you had energy to go to work, and the reason why you're going to eat dinner, so you have the energy to get up tomorrow to go to work. So you're even eating, bathing, ironing your clothes to contribute to someone else's lifetime, to contribute to someone else's goals, to feed their children, to feed their family, to send their children to school, to get them their nice car and their nice houses. Think about it. The bulk of what you do from one week to the next is all about contributing to somebody else's lifetime. And only 1/3 is left for you. Now think about your 1/3. Your 1/3 should consist of reading, writing, studying, traveling, meditating, praying, cooking, cleaning, socializing with friends, socializing with family. More especially in the case, raising your children if you have them. This is just some of the things you should do. But it's not realistic because in your 1/3, guess what happens? You don't have enough time 1/3 of the day to read, write, study, pray, meditate, travel, vacate, socialize with your friends and family, raise your children, cook and clean. You don't have enough time in 1/3. So what happens when you're living in the 1/3? You have to make sacrifice. And most people sacrifice the same thing. Most people sacrifice reading. Most people sacrifice reading, studying, writing, art, passing the time with just socializing with friends and family. You can't do them all. So you normally, okay, well today I can't read and study. And then normally what happens is most people will just stop reading and studying because social time just means that much more to them, and they haven't grown an appreciation for the compensation you get for having knowledge yourself. The mental calisthenic that is reading, studying, and writing. You see, what happens is you have over 600 muscles in your body. You have over 600 muscles in your body. And there's only two things that empower you with the ability to use more than 300 of them at a time. And that's reading and that's meditation. You actually use more muscles meditating and you use more muscles reading than any other activities, even if you combine them in groups of 2 and groups of 3. If it was humanly possible for you to do push-ups, swim, and dips, as an example, you wouldn't be able to use more muscles than you do when you meditate. So when you're in the 1/3, most of us make the sacrifice, that is to say, of not reading, not studying, not writing, not getting into the arts. We have to make sacrifices because we don't have much time left because we're in the 1/3. Work should be in the 1/3, and this existence should be in the 2/3. This is why many people are going crazy. This is why people are over anxious, because 2/3 of their life is being consumed. And many of you work overtime, and some of you have to drive even further than an hour, and maybe you have even less sleep because you tied down and boggled between getting back up to work again. Some of you work 2 jobs, some of you work overtime. We're not even talking about y'all. We just talking about that average person is in the 1/3. And we got to get you out of the 1/3. We got to find a way to get you back in the 2/3, and the 2/3 is about entrepreneurship. Okay? The 2/3 is about entrepreneurship. And you have to understand, in essence, what it means to truly get high, because that is the creative energy you're going to use to thrust you into entrepreneurship. Okay? These are all facts. These are all facts. You think I'm just working with African princes out of nowhere and billionaire brothers and sisters out of nowhere? Nah, it's because I learned how to use this reality. All of this, if this don't look like a matrix, I don't know what is. If this don't look like a simulation, I don't know what is. That's why I wanted to do this right here in Times Square, because there's no other better place to have this conversation with all this distraction, all these illusions. Look at this, just countless people just walking up and down, living in the 1/3. But I'm gonna tell you this, many of the people actually, there's probably more, not probably, there's more people living in their 2/3 here that's sitting down enjoying their time that's not part of our race than the likes of whom live in our community. Look at this, these are people living in their 2/3 instead of the 1/3. You think those people on the tour bus is living in their 1/3? Of course not, they have the time to talk. We got to get you in the 1/3. We got to get you to travel the world. And that's why when I travel the world, I share it as much as I can, because I want y'all to realize this is part of the success. A lot of times people say, man, how do you get successful and everything? First of all, you got to establish what it means to get high again, and then use that along with the 5 platonic solids, and know how to integrate your thoughts with those solids. Know how to integrate your thoughts with that sacred geometry. The geometry of these shapes is what in-houses energies that we have the right to access to bring our thoughts to fruition or to materialize our conceptions. There's a lot I have to say. It's just because I'm moving on a time schedule. So apologize if I'm all over the place. I'm just saying random things and putting it out there so then when I get time, I can just do a subject at a time and compartmentalize the information. Right now, I'm just building. Right now, I'm just building. Right? You got to get you out the 1/3. That's why I do the consulting. People got to take it serious. You got to get information from people who have experience, especially not just people who have experience, people that are conscious and have the experience. Very few of us exist that's conscious and have the experience. You know, many people know so much information, but then what kind of lifestyle do they have? And I'm not selling you on the cars I have and the women that I got and all that. That's me. That's the way I want to work this existence. You can work this existence the way you choose to. I'm just saying I'm living the version of this death time that I like. I'm living the version of this lifetime. That's it. Okay? So you guys got to get out that 1/3, man. You're dying quicker so long as you're in the 1/3. To get the most out of this existence, you have to be in the 2/3. You have to work your way into the 2/3. Right now, you're giving 2/3 of your life to someone else's vision. So you see all of this? You've created all of this. You guys, y'all did all of this. And this is why I say you need a coach. This is why you need a mentor, because you get a coach for everything you do. So who said we didn't need practice dying? We need to practice dying properly. And we need to practice living. It's real talk. We have to practice how to die. The number one way to practice how to die is to first establish what are your highs. Where do you get your highs from? What's your source of highs? Like who got the weed and who got the crack and who got the coke? Yeah, so you need to find out who got the philanthropy, who got the entrepreneurship. Okay? That's how you're going to establish your highs. Where do you get your entrepreneurship from? What's the product that you're going to sell? What's the investments you're going to make? Because every time you get a return from so-called taking the risk, but there really is no risk. There's really no risk in this lifetime. Or this death time, I should say. There's really no risk, but that's a whole nother conversation. And the concept of risk is what's been holding you back. But you don't realize the greatest risk that you've taken, and the only risk that you've taken, is contributing to someone else's vision 2/3 of the time. That's the risk. You over here, yo, what if I put my money up and it don't work out? You've been doing that every day you go to work. You've been giving donations to someone else's existence every day you go to work. The risk that you're taking is working so long you never get a chance to truly experience this death time as a catalyst into life. And I say this because many of you believe in life after death. So if there's life after death, then this is death. And you're waiting for life after. Facts. Real talk. Wouldn't you want people to work for you in your dream? Well, that's it. That's the pose. Nothing's wrong with working. But even me wanting people to work for me, watch this. I mentor people in sports, music, and entertainment, right? So in my company, people benefit, but they don't have to work 2/3 of their life to do so. I feel good about what I've created. But even if you create a company where people have to be in the 1/3, it's just good to educate people on not having to stay there. Like, I don't want someone who works for the Department of Sanitation and they throwing away garbage. I don't want to sell them on the idea of the benefits that they can get if they work and throw away garbage for 30 years, what they can get on their pension. That's not fair. Working in the 1/3 is for children. Children should be children and young adults. They should be given job opportunities to make the sacrifice, to save, to eventually work their way out of the 1/3. The goal has to be to work out the 1/3 and then let another group of young people take the space. Older people should not be working in the 1/3. If you're 25 and older, you should not be in the 1/3. If you're 25 and older, you should not be in the 1/3. And first of all, by the time you're 21, you should already have 2 or 3 businesses. But of course, the way wasn't paved that way. They don't have to be multi-million-dollar businesses, but you should have at least 3 businesses. It's not hard to have businesses. They can compete with the greatest brands or just on a mundane level. But it's not hard to have businesses. Everybody should have business. My little girl, 12 years old, has 2 functional businesses that she has to keep an eye on. And she's 12, and it's not rocket science. She has a drop shipping business that she deals with, right? And then she has a book club business that she deals with. But she picks the book club and people sign up and the children come and people pay for it and she runs it. My 12-year-old, when she's in LA and Beverly Hills, and right now she's on vacation in New York. And she got a concept of vacation because she works and she has to put together the curriculum for the book club. And parents are proud of her because her age shows motivational to the other children that's younger than her. Facts. Little Matt got 2 businesses. She's 12 years old. So you can start out sole proprietorships and then get more engrossed in what you're doing and have employees. But the goal is not to have nobody working for 1/3, working in the 1/3 for the bulk of their life, which is what most of you will do. Most of you are going to be in the 1/3. Most of you are going to be in the 1/3 working most of your life. And all you have is that 1/3, and in that 1/3 you don't have the freedom to read, write, study, pray, meditate, travel, socialize with friends and family, raise your children, cook, clean. It's ridiculous. Come on. So it's not hard to have a business. Start one and then let it germinate. You feel what I'm saying? Start one and then let it germinate. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Yeah. This is real talk. Whether you get your coaching or training from me, get it from somebody or something. Because the reality is, if your situation isn't lit right now, it's not lit because you need assistance. And that's just being real. If you're not living the best version of your life like you want to, then the reality is you need help. And it's okay. Because no one expects somebody to just go on the court and just start playing basketball and become the best. It doesn't happen like that. You need someone to coach you. Ball players get coaches. Boxers get trainers. Okay? Like, no matter where you go, somebody is coaching or someone is training. But when it comes to life, when it comes to money, when it comes to finance, when it comes to entrepreneurship, for some reason, we feel we don't need no assistance. And it's that thinking that has caused us to lose. It is that thinking that causes us to lose so long and so hard. We're losing out here. Get you out the 1/3 so we can establish a better death presence. Again, this is the death time because we're dying the second we come into existence. The only illusion is that we get tall, so you think you're living. You don't live until you die. And you have to use this death time to get reminiscences of life, or as much of it as you can get, so you can take it with you when you transition, so you're not unfamiliar. So they got people dying and going into life thinking they dead. That's how wild this is. I know this sounds crazy, so I'm not even going to deal with that for so long, because I don't want to deal with all the heckling and everything so early in the morning. Thank you, TK Spade. But yeah, if you're interested in the consultation or the mentorships, ready to change your life in real time, just hit brother POLIGHT45 at gmail.com. Always leave your full name and your phone number. We ain't got no time to play. Look at this. What's that you was writing? I thought I had the right to ask. No video? Oh, you're not ready? Ready to do what? What are you doing? You're ready to do what? Wait a few minutes? All right. I'm gonna stay right here and wait. I mean, when I see a woman writing on her buttocks, I ain't about to walk by and not ask. You sit right here and find out. Oh, here we go. I got an idea what you're doing. It's called prostitution. No, it's prostitution. You're selling you're making money off your body. It's all right. You have the right. It's your body. No, it's not prostitution. Yes, it is. If I come with the right money, I'm gonna be able to hold you or touch you. But I ain't mad at you. You do what you gotta do. You was writing New York on your buttocks. That's what you was doing. And look at Donald Trump, y'all. You see, this is the type of distraction I'm talking about. I was dropping all this knowledge.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Hey, America great again.
Got it.
Make America great again.
Wow, I'm looking to see the Trump supporters out here. Yeah, you see when a black man is filming, now nobody want to act like they like him. Okay. Where's the woman with no shape out here selling her body? That's some funny stuff. Word.
Polight, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, G? Chilling, King.
Yo, when you gonna show love, give me that bro. Give my shit.
What's up, dog?
Everything good?
Everything good, yeah?
Yo.
Yeah.
King of the dot shit, remember?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the Instagram and shit popping and shit like that.
What's good? Yeah, we live.
Brother Polight, you see it live, yo. Y'all gonna see me, I'm getting ready to take that battle. Go get that drop top.
You about to do?
I'm about to do that battle with Daylight. Daylight gonna hook it up. That's my son. We just did the video together. Go look at that's your man?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. See what Daylight on the
Yeah.
Go look at Classic Pack featuring Daylight. They got the video, Classic Pack featuring Daylight. We did it big out here. Came out here, did the video with me. That's my brother, real shit. Yo, yeah, what, last year he was out here.
What up, boy?
Yo, look, matter of fact, I'm gonna show everybody what it is, yo. That's my son. I forgot I see you with Daylight on the regular, and shit. That's my son.
We been making it work.
Word up. Daylight come out here, showed me mad love, did the video with me, went to the studio, everything. That's my son.
So when you battle?
Huh? I'm about to kill one of these dudes. I'm about to kill him.
I mean, he foreign right now.
You know what it is. Yeah, everything out here. We do everything.
Right in every country.
We do everything out here.
Yo, see, you already know how we got your man right here, and we treating him good.
That's a fact.
Love brothers, paper team, money team. We out here Times Square hustling. City's ours.
I know that's your man.
Ready.
So I want them to see this shit. Like, I want them to see the
Gotta love New York, man. Gotta love New York.
Classic Pack featuring Daylight, the whole video. Yeah.
Look at that. I'm making sure they see it too.
Fire. Came with the thing. I'm gonna skip all that. Go to Daylight. Go to my part with the Daylight part. Called Con Artist. Classic Pack featuring Daylight called Con Artist. That's me right there. They go Day. Hold on. We're not playing out here. That's my son. Word. He came out here to show love. Hold on. Let me get to his part real quick. There you go. In the studio, he killed that shit. Yo, Daylight murdered that record. Con Artist, he murdered it.
He be bodying shit.
Yo, real shit. And he gonna set up that battle for me, so y'all about to see me.
When y'all see play that, they looking it up right now.
Oh, whoa, yeah, they looking it up right now. Classic Pack featuring Daylight.
That's dope.
You
That's
see
lit.
your boy right there? We winning, man.
Yo, let's get it, man. I'm up and down here all day.
Love.
Appreciate you, though.
Bro.
Word. Keep going, man.
I look at him every day too. It's crazy. And he's right
Man,
here
I
in the
appreciate
flesh.
that. Word up,
In
man.
the flesh. That shit. Life is wild, yo. This is a small world. Real shit, yo. God
I
damn,
appreciate
yo.
that, though. Word.
That's love.
What's up, gang?
That's what I hate. I be trying to let it slide.
You control me. I appreciate that.
I don't control nobody.
Yeah, good to see y'all brothers back.
Yeah. I don't have to all of
All right, King. I'll be down. He's gone. You already, man.
We love you out here.
You already.
You want to work with me?
Gotta show love to the homies. So I tell you, man, anywhere I go, I'm always great. Don't let no one lie to you. Yeah. But back to it is, you know, you gotta stop, show the brothers love, man. They out here, they grinding, they doing something positive, they moving their music. So you got to stop. And the fact that they be studying, you keeping up with the videos, you got to love it. You got to appreciate that.
Someone has to pound the tomatoes after they cut them, and there's like this big board.
Yeah, we got to set it up. What y'all should do if you want to see me do those debates with people that you feel are more reputable in the community, send those people emails and inboxes and DMs and flood it and say, man, you need to debate Brother Polight. Oh, we want to see that. That's what y'all do. Because that helps move it further. That helps it move it along the way. But I'm going to tell you, the people you be telling me to debate, a lot of times, when the proposals get put forth, they be backing down. They know what this young phenom energy is all about. I go vintage Polight 2.0. Old and new simultaneously. I don't play games when it comes to this information. Facts. Oh, facts. See that? Someone said stunting and fronting is for fools, and that's not what life is about. Stunting and fronting is for... No, you can't tell people where their fun is at. That's why somebody earlier told me having cars and money, that's not true happiness. It is for me. You can't decide what's true happiness for someone. Who made you the happiness police? Who gave you a monopoly on what happiness is? See, you gotta be preoccupied with what makes you happy. And I can tell you ain't happy when you say that. Because I don't go around telling people what's making them happy doesn't really make them happy. That is the talks of a very sad person. I don't preoccupy myself with that kind of thinking. Word up. The email is brother, POLIGHT45@gmail.com. Let me type it in. Victoria normally does this stuff for me. Okay. And I pinned it. Brother Polight 45@gmail.com. Always leave your full name and your phone number for consulting and for mentorships. And like I said, we just out here on a limb. Everybody else got someone coaching them, mentoring them. They come into inherited wealth. There was no plan really when we came out, and we still finding ourselves at 30, 40 years old, still grinding, looking to see how we gonna come out of this situation. It's wild. It's wild. Real talk. So we gotta take this to the next level, family. I'm just happy to be such a force. You know, everywhere I go, every state I go, every city I go, the love is there. But I ain't going front, man. It feels great to be appreciated for teaching and to walk anywhere I've been walking in New York, no matter what the hour. I've never felt so safe and so loved in my life. And I think that right there, I don't think I know. I know that right there gives me the high to get me further and closer into life. I've been having an all-time high everywhere I go. And I love it because when I'm with my daughter and my wives, they see it over and over. Speaking of which, she's calling me. Hold on. Yes, I'm back. I'm Some of y'all just, dang, can't even wait a few minutes before 50 of y'all disappear. Word. How do I curve the haters? I don't even focus on them unless we're using them as teaching examples. If we're gonna use them as teaching examples, then I speak to give people insight on how to approach the situation. But other than that, the way I address them is through succeeding, because that's the very thing that's pissing them off. Succeeding. Gotta piss them off through success. If my success hurts you, it's bound to kill you. I'm gonna keep leveling up. That's how that works. But yeah, again, if you want to touch base, you leave your full name and your phone number. Pinned it to the top is brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Not playing games. I'm about to take the good brothers and sisters on a trip again around the world. Did it for Egypt. I got another plan, man. I got a very special plan, man. Of course, brothers and sisters that's in the community, the New Covenant community. I got a nice plan. I'm looking forward to it, man. Just gotta give people as much experience as possible. I make the trips as cheap as possible, you know, to get you where you gotta go and get as much as knowledge. But it's really about just leaving and tasting different foods and getting access to different herbs, breathing in a certain air, because it's gonna spark something. It's gonna spark the genius. It's gonna stimulate your DNA. It's gonna reinvigorate you. It's gonna give you a high off of this existence that's long overdue. Long overdue. These are all facts. So if you're interested in consulting or the mentorship, get at me. Otherwise, just study what I'm sharing and connect with somebody else you got to connect with. Just get it done and get out of the 1/3. That's what's important. Be it through me or someone else. Get some help, get some support, and make it happen. You have the right. Get out those 1/3. You don't know this existence until you spending 2/3 of your existence contributing to you and not someone else. And I'm not saying that to be selfish. I'm talking about the amount of time. I'm not saying that to be selfish. I'm talking about the amount of time that you're putting into developing someone else's dream in the form of working for them. That's what I'm talking about. Make sure you put your full name and your email when you hit me up. And I guarantee you I changed your life. I changed so many just through teaching, free. This is what I do, man. I enjoy doing this. And I'm about to take off soon to another set of countries. Because, you know, when I go to countries, I don't just be flying out and then stop. I fly, boom, I go to another place, and I work my way back into the States. So I'm deciding how long exactly I'm going to be gone, because I'm spontaneous. I'm spontaneous. I'm setting up the travel plan, and I'm just getting it in. I'm enjoying every moment of it. Love it. Love it, man. But I just like to thank those brothers that I saw, alongside all the other brothers and sisters that's just been giving it up when they see me and showing love and support. That love and support is worth more than money. It's the compensation that I get that makes me want to study and share information. Just that appreciation. That appreciation is a form of compensation. That appreciation is a form of recompense that can't be denied. Word. Damn little Thai restaurant, man. Give me some vegetable steamed dumplings. I'm addicted to that, man. My daughter and I had like 6 sets times 4, 24. We had some vegetable steamed dumpling and wild rice yesterday. Man, and I was going crazy. We love that stuff. And we love y'all. So, you know, just want to give you thanks. Love New York, man. Wow, I miss it so much. I'm definitely going back to LA though. That's where I live and I love it. I'm living there, I'm staying there, but I can't lie to you. I miss the grit. I miss the people running up on you and just build with you, talk. I miss everybody knowing some knowledge and wanting to build. You know, it ain't really like that on the West in places I've been to. I should say, I don't want to take it away from the whole West Coast. My man just hit me up. My driver just hit me up, says a parade throwing everything off. Great. I want to get those vegetable steamed dumplings. Great. You know, you don't have to wait on me. I can wait on him. Yeah. Oh, the birthday energies has been great. You know, I'm still celebrating it. I'm well out of Leo season now, but I'm gonna cap off my birthday celebration. We're out of town travel. That's how I'm gonna cap it off. It's just so much to do to enjoy my existence. I couldn't finish it all up in one day, let alone a whole month. So we gonna get it in. We gonna get it in. Gosh, you sure do have a huge ego. Gosh, you sure do have a huge ego. So sad. It's destructive and so manipulative. Desiree, you need to stop it. You too could be one of my wives if you humble yourself. Yo, man, I be making myself laugh. What makes people go out their way to tear you down? Just get off the stream. I got a huge ego. It's because of you. Because people like you who don't like me watching me. That means you love me. And you fighting it. Everybody else ain't fighting it. Everybody else like, yo, I appreciate the knowledge. Boom. You got to say something negative. Come on. You know, most time them girls was hitting you in school. They liked you the most. Say word. You be in school, they hit you. I don't like him. Yeah, I don't like him. 2 years later, 3 years later, y'all older, y'all dealing with each other. Come on, man. Get out that high school stuff. Just say what it is. Say what's really on your mind, Desiree. Yeah, ain't nobody saying nothing negative on this stream. I'm talking about vegetable steamed dumplings and the great time I had with my daughter. And you come out of nowhere talking about you sure got a huge ego. Where'd that come from? South Africa, what's up? I'm gonna be in Africa very soon, less than 2 weeks. I'm gonna be out there. Gotta make another African run, you know that. I'm gonna be out there. You already know, Zahara, Yafa, Yasharala. Shalom to you, Zahara. Shalom to the sister. She's been listening to Beyonce ego too much. Right here on this strip. It's vegetable steamed dumplings. You can get some nice ones at the Yum Yum restaurant, Midtown Manhattan, on 9th Avenue. They got a real nice one. They got a bunch of nice, some real dope juice bars and everything. Actually, I'm about to get a juice. Look at this. Look at this. I ain't playing around. Look at that. I'm ready to get out of here. I ain't got no time to play games. I ain't got no time to play games. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you got kale apple ginger that you can make?
We don't press our juices here.
Oh, you don't press? All right. Let's see what you got over here. Oh, these made and put here, or y'all order these right here?
So we make them, but just not through here. Like we have a separate facility that we make them.
It's not far from here, huh?
Long Island City.
Long Island? All right. That's not bad. 'Cause I like to drink them as it's made. Ginger fire. Yeah, I like my juices blended to order. I don't like to buy it in plastic. Gotta find the store I'm a net be getting this stuff from, man. It's somewhere over here. I know it's not far from here. Okay, yeah, no doubt, UK. Seeing you guys in December. So we good. Once I finish up these runs, these African runs, be good money. Yeah, it's best to have your fruit juices. Press the order. You don't want your veggies just sitting there waiting. That's trash. These are phony barriers. Yes, coconut water. That's what we need.
Wait, for mine, I'm sorry, go real quick. No, we have some more. Yeah, that's but I'm a little bit. The pricing is the same?
Let's get it. I ain't with the turmeric business, but everything else is popping. Might still have to get that. They got all of the oregano in there. May have to take an L on the turmeric and take the rest. Man. Oh, there we go. Lemon, ginger, and cayenne pepper. Come on, why is it doing that? Gotta get one from the app. And gotta get some for the family, man. What's up, man? Definitely work your way out the 1/3 for sure. Now let's see how long this is actually gonna take. It's taking a little minute. Show the homie some love. Well, guess I'm gonna have to bill you. You guys are saving me from this short, long line. You guys are saving me.
That's fine, that's fine.
That's what you got last. Sorry.
And they ran through the area, that's our number. Which one should I do? I like the
Yeah, gotta start this day right. This is how you break fast. That's what breakfast is about. Breaking fast. All I got in me is vegetable steamed dumplings and wild rice. From almost 24 hours ago. In another like 30 minutes, it'll be 24 hours since I last ate. I like to do those 24-hour fasts and then break it. Some shots with some kale apple ginger. I think juice walls, no matter what the rates, be slow as a mug. Come on. I'm still gonna get off. I just wanna connect with you. I'm gonna check out that. Once or none. A lot of times I hear every other day. Can I get a kale apple ginger? And those 4 right there. Yeah, I take a large. It's not bad. To be in the city, that's a pretty dope price.
please. Could I replace the on box or something?
Nobody knows. Any thinner?
Sure, maybe a little bit, yeah.
That thing is not working. Thanks.
Okay, no sweet. Okay.
Yeah, just waiting for this kale apple ginger. Get this kale apple ginger on. Kale apple ginger on it. We lit. Well, for now, let me see if I can put this in my pocket. Hold on here. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. You see this? Why is it gotta be blurry? What's up? Why the blurry energy? What's wrong with the blurry stuff? There we go. Lemon, ginger, cayenne pepper. The real deal is when it's lime. I don't know why people are so fixated on lemon. I don't really like lemon. Lime is more potent. Well, this I have to do. At least we didn't have to take the turmeric. So let's get it in. Definitely hit it with the cayenne. I can see it. I can see the little red dots in there. Can you see the little red? I don't know. Shake it up. Take the last. And get all of those sediments. All that ginger. It's for blood circulation. One of the leading causes for diseases is poor circulation. Great job. Gotta keep the skin smooth, baby. Gotta keep the skin smooth. Once you got poor circulation, man, your skin start wrinkling up. Especially if you eat too much sugar. Gotta get you a good set of bitters and spice. Combination of the two be having you looking wonderful. Wonderful. I cut my beard recent. Nice and smooth. Before I used to bump up and everything. About to cut it again, quiet as kept. About to cut it again. Go back in my kale apple ginger. I just want to throw this in the garbage. Yep. Just be chilling. Gotta get out those 1/3s, people. Get out those 1/3s. Take this damn sticker off my hat. I don't like it. I got you. Thanks, Zara. You might make me shape it up. I'm coming back for these coconuts. You kidding me? Gotta do it. I do it. For a day when I can. today, that's for sure.
The green jeans, peanut butter split.
Thanks a lot.
PB and Joe? Yeah, is that the split? It doesn't matter.
You want the PB and Joe?
Yeah, PB and Joe, yeah. Can I get one? No?
Body. Instant body. Shaniqua Leno, no doubt. Thank you so much for your appreciation. Instant body. And as always, I think I'm hungry. Then I drink my kale apple ginger. Get me a lime, cayenne pepper, and ginger shot. And now it'd be forced if I ate something solid. That's what be happening. You gotta just be addicted to the eating process in itself. And it happens because my brain is like, yo, still get those vegetable steamed dumplings. But the logic is telling me, now I feel full. I feel nourished. So you see, when it's water soluble, it hits the stream a whole lot quicker than when it's solid. But even when I eat food, I do my best to eat the highly water soluble food. Food that's high in water. Like lettuce that's over 90% water. Kale over 88%. Cucumber, 96% water. So I eat those foods. Because the reality is, all your body wants is water accompanied by minerals and vitamins. And so watermelon, cucumbers, romaine lettuce, and the likes, those are just sophisticated forms of water. That's all that is. Sophisticated forms of water. Yes, family. So I'm gonna connect with y'all. About to head to Brooklyn. I'll talk to y'all soon. I'm about to head to BK. I will be in Brooklyn. I will be streaming once I find out where I'm gonna be at. Most likely I'm gonna be in Brownsville. I'll be there for about either be around Pistol or Riverdale. I'm gonna stay there for about 2 hours. So I'm gonna be there in about an hour and a half, considering traffic. My driver should be pulling up soon. And then I'll be staying in Brownsville for about 2 hours. Or I may do an hour around Pistol and an hour around Riverdale. 3 train line, y'all know what it is. Rockaway Avenue, Saratoga. Y'all know how that go. That's how we gonna do that. That's how we gonna do that. What's up, G? Nah.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, you an actor, right?
Nah, I'm a teacher.
You an actor. I know who you are.
I'm a teacher. You don't know?
You don't know who you was. You know who you was. He already said what up, bro.
Word up. Son asking me for drugs and shit. Talk about, you know. You already, man. Chillin', King. New York funny. Now he's screaming upset. Guys, he wild. Yo, people funny, man. Man, bro, Cameron Lair, you gotta stop that foolishness, man. I'm gonna have to talk to you, man. Cameron Lair says, out of respect, only thing I'm confused about is how you say fuck the hood because of the animals within them. Work with hoodlums to protect it. Man, if you thought that's what I said, then how the hell am I going back into the hood, man? You gotta stop falling for the hype. You need to listen to everything. I properly contextualized what I was saying. You gotta contextualize it. All you hear is, fuck the hood. You ain't hearing nothing else get said? So come on, man. You taking things out of context. I ain't even gonna explain that crap. That's just stupid. I don't talk like that. I just don't talk fuck the hood. And that's it? You ain't heard nothing else. You ain't hear nothing else. But I'm over here opening up stores in the same fucking hood? Are you kidding me? But you don't hear nothing else? You don't see nothing else on the streams? With all due respect, you don't mean no respect by misquoting me. And if that's all you can present, yo, bro, with all due respect, Polight, you said fuck the hood. Oh, you ain't here. When I was talking about the pedophiles in the community, people sticking up people, I called them animals. And it is animalistic. And the hood would tell you that they are beasts. And they call each other bitches, a female dog. And they say I'm gonna go ape. So come on, man. Don't make me like I just created this. While everybody else in the conscious community could call each other all sorts of derogatory names because they don't say the word animals to pass. And I heard people in the conscious community call each other all sorts of negative names and terms. Just don't say the word animal, though, because we catch feelings with that. Like, come on, stop it, man. If it was that deep, if I declared war on the hood would have declared war on me, and I wouldn't be able to go in and out of it as I do. So come on, stop that. I can't believe people still attempting to bring that crap up. It was taken out of context on purpose because people had problems with me. Come on, man, stop that. All you gotta do is watch the video that you claim I said it in and hear everything I actually said, and you'll be like, oh, okay. It's just people are jealous because I'm making bread and I'm living better. So when I say Negroes is acting like animals in the damn hood, people feel away because they're more mad and bent out of shape that I'm living better. So I don't have the right to have a say over things pertaining to the community that I left. And I proudly left. I left proudly. My man talking about he's here outside. Okay. Little does he know, I'm already here. You here outside? Now I'm waiting for the next text. Oh, I'm really coming around the corner. Yeah, he ain't deserve a response, but I can't believe people still pushing that craziness. Pulling up. What up, G? What up, though? They about to roll through. Yeah, man. I can't believe. You know what? They even caught my man for a little because he believed in that tricky shit too. Somebody asking me, well, all due respect, how can you say fuck the hood though and da 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 da? They animals in the hood. And I remember my man said, yo, what the fuck is Polight talk about now? You know what I'm saying? Because he told me, he's like, yo, I was wondering if you was tripping too. But it's the way that people put it out. You know?
Yeah, I did. I'm like,
yeah, he told me, but I'm telling people it's the politics because when a nigga move out the hood, now they don't want you to have a say and express your dissenting views about it. Only a nigga still living in the community could talk about the community. I'm come from it. I can tell you. And I'm like, yo, there's fucking animals in the hood. I don't care what no one say. I stand by that shit. And if you don't believe there's animals in the hood, I don't know what hood you from. Bring your ass to Brownsville. Bring your ass to Bristol, where I'm going, and Riverdale, Newport, Amboy, Herzl. Bring yourself into Brownsville. Come into the heart of Brownsville and then work your way into the damn 90s. And you're gonna see the dudes that pride themselves in going ape. The dudes that and the sisters are calling each other bitches, female dogs. I don't know why it sounds new to me when I say animals. Niggas say, yo, I go ape shit, nigga. This is what they say. I'm a fucking beast. I'm a savage. This is what they say. Then I say, yo, there's animals in the community. I say it with grammatical checks and everything. Motherfuckers is mad at me. Come on. The hood, no, they got animals. Niggas be telling me, son, I know I'm a savage. I'm studying your shit so I can come out of this animal vibe. That's what people tell me. So that's my communication with my family. Y'all, if y'all acting that way, y'all act that way. But the hood ain't turned around and had no real effect against me. It's the conscious people, oh my gosh. And then when I say, yo, you know I'm talking about the pedophiles, the cats that's running up on children that, like when I was 13, I had a gun put in my mouth, they stole my chain. That was a damn animal. You don't tell me, watch his feelings. This nigga done put a gun in my fucking mouth and I'm supposed to be, watch how I call him and identify him as an animal. It's the least I could call him. He's a damn animal. I'm 13 years old and you put a gun.
I was like 11 by an older nigga.
What you said?
This older nigga maced me. I'm walking, I was like 11 years old. He just maced me for the fun of it.
Word. See how that works? So ain't nobody got time for that.
Big fan of yours.
Hey, what's up, Ken?
Yo, I got, as soon as you done live, I got, give me 2 minutes. I got some crazy, not on some legal stuff though.
It's all good, it's all good. Yeah, yo, so you know, I mean, shit. I ain't no stranger. But you see, that's people who started that, they ain't really been in the streets. When you been in the streets and you hear someone say, yo, it's fucking animals in the hood. That's why I moved out. They know, they be like, yeah, they raise their hand, yeah, I'm one of the animals. You know what I'm saying? I was an animal. Until I learned how to fucking walk on two, because I got knowledge of self. If you don't got knowledge of self, you're a fucking animal. It's a fact. You're gonna act like one. You're gonna be territorial. A nigga can't walk on your block, nigga. You ain't even the landlord. You don't even pay rent. You ain't never sold a house, but this shit is your block. That's animals fucking talking. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no real conscious man talking. Because conscious man ain't gonna claim a block where he don't own none of the real estate. You see what I'm saying? So I learned how to walk on two when I got knowledge. Don't let the illusion that you got 2 fucking feet make you think you walking human and shit. You know what I'm saying? Use a fucking animal if you don't got no knowledge yourself, because what you're gonna do, you're gonna demoralize your people. You're gonna do wrong by your people. You're gonna tear them away. You're gonna give them a low self-esteem and low confidence, and that's what an animal does. So I ain't say the whole black community was animals. I was talking in regards to the fucking animals that terrorized me. I was talking in regards to the animal I became. I was talking in regards to my transition to be able to recognize it for what it was. I can't believe people still pushing that. I'm standing on that every day of the week. You know, y'all could call each other bitches and hoes and all that, but then you hear the word animal, you start feeling the way. Like I'm the fucking white man and said the word animal. Stop that shit. I'm your brother. We all know what's going on. Stop trying to keep a secret like there ain't no bullshit going on in the community. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? We all know what goes on.
Scientifically, we are animals.
We are at the top of the animal kingdom.
We are
You know?
the same.
Well, we get all sensitive because we know how to cut our hair, get our hair did, you know, get our nails done and shit. So now you feel you separate from the whole kingdom and shit. Remember, dolphins use more of their brain than you, Negro. So now what? Now we got to work hard to catch up to them and then pass them. And they ain't got no 2 legs and they ain't reading no books and they using 20% of their brain. We using less than 10. See, stuff like that bothers me. And that's why I got to get on my grind to make sure I can establish myself as top of the fucking kingdom. But you just don't earn that just because you got 2 legs. You don't earn that because you got melanin. You earn that by seeking knowledge itself. That's why you can even go into an Egyptian kingdom or temple without seeing the Baghdad symbol, which means man know thyself. You can even talk to nobody in the royal court before you walk through. And once you walk through, you made an affirmation that, you know what, I have knowledge of self. Okay, so you couldn't come into the kingdom if you ain't have knowledge of self. The Baghdad symbol right there, the same thing that they put on the Christ list and everything. Man know thyself. It's facts. The people who's catching feelings with the animals. Or the people that have no idea what we really got to deal with when we was living in the hood. Okay? And when I made it clear, I said, yo, I'm talking about pedophiles. I'm talking about people putting guns in young men's mouth just to take their chain. Come on. No, you shouldn't call them that, Polight. You got to have patience for your people. I ain't patience for nobody putting no fucking guns in no child's mouth. There ain't enough devil and blaming the white man in the world. When you doing shit like that, you's a damn disgrace, you's an animal. I don't care what nobody say. I'm standing on that. You can take this video and you can republish this shit 1,000 times. I'm going to stand on the fact that there's animals in the goddamn hood. There's animals everywhere, but they're in high abundance in the hood because we're victims of social engineering. We're victims of media propaganda. We're victims of the music and the people that they hire to solicit those lyrics to denigrate our characters, okay, to push the misogynistic lyrics. We're victims of all of that. I get all of that. But, I mean, damn, there's a certain point where you just got to say, man, that Negro is just wicked. There's a point where you just got to call a spade and say, son is wicked. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, family. Everybody like, yo, we standing on that. Yeah, you got to. It's real. We're going to have to do another animals conversation. I'm with it. You know, then there's animal crackers. There's the white folks that's fucking out of control. I call them animal crackers, right? But then, you know, you got to remember, if you study the 120, the original black man is the one that made the devil. From the black germ, brown germ to the white germ. So if you want to do the lessons, I've always asked those brothers who was upset with me when I said what I said. I'm like, yo, fam, how are we focusing on the white man if according to you in the lessons, when I do the 120, it says the original man made the devil. So who the fuck is the original man? Because we having problems with the devil. Now I want to go straight to the source and find out who's the original man. Is he the demon? Because this nigga is above the devil. Because he the one that created this fucking monster. And we having a problem fixing his ass. So we damn sure ain't going to be able to fix the black devil overnight. You see what I'm saying? This is just shit that people tell me. This is the popular word in the black conscious community, in the nation of the gods and earths. This is popular, you know. When some of us ain't read through the fine print. It's like, oh man, it's the white man. White man you can't reform the devil. So you saying you can't reform the original black man either? If you can't reform the devil and the original man made the devil, then there ain't no reforming his punk ass either for creating this fucking beast. So what would be the reason he create this beast? So Allah could show forth and prove his power in one day and one night? Man, I ain't with none of that. And I love the gods and the earths. I'm down with all the knowledge, but that shit's non-cipher if you got that perspective. You feel what I'm saying? I'll be reading, man. We can't play around with this.
You know what's funny, not to intervene real quick?
No, you good.
We have a problem with an enlightened person calling us animals, but we'll go to church and let a pastor call you your flock.
Facts.
You understand that?
Facts. So, niggas call you sheep, call you anything.
On y'all real quick.
Nah, I appreciate that. Like, that's what it is, man. Well, we're going to close out soon, make these moves, but we're going into the hood. And yeah, there's animals there. I mean, there's a lot of brilliant, profound brothers and sisters there, people who are full of potential. But I know what it is. Y'all want to exclude me from the black conversation because I moved to Beverly Hills. And I ain't going nowhere. You're just going to have to deal with it. That's just how this is. Whenever I got an opinion or a viewpoint about whatever, I'm not automatically excluded from the black community because I left. That shit ain't no black community. It's a white community populated by black people. Until black people own the supermarkets, administer the curriculum in the schools, own the hospitals, are the policemen, are the district attorney, the DA, and the judges. Until that's the case, that's just a white community. You just fooling yourself because you see a lot of black people. I'm not going to be fooled. I'm not part of this matrix. Get yourself out the 1/3. Remember, a lot of you live in the 1/3, and the goal is to live in the 2/3. Because if you work a 9 to 5, that's 8 hours. If you go to work, it probably take you an hour to go. If you come back from work, it probably take you an hour to go. That's 10 hours. They tell you to sleep 8 hours out your life, which is 1/3 of your life, but you probably sleep about 6 hours on average. So that's 16 hours out of 24. So you 2/3 of your life you spend contributing to create someone else's dream. And with your 1/3 that you living in, you gotta squeeze that in with reading, praying, studying, meditating, vacationing, socializing with your friends, your family, raising your children, cooking and cleaning. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna make sacrifices. You're gonna say, well, I can't read and study because I ain't got enough time in this 1/3 to do this. So when you're living in the 1/3, you sacrifice stuff that you will do because you need 2/3 to fill all that up. But you living in your 1/3 because 2/3 of your life is there. If I was to ask the average person why you woke up today, you woke up and you showered so you could get prepared to build someone else's dream because you work for somebody. If I ask you why you ate breakfast, so you can have enough energy to build someone else's dream. If I ask you why you ate lunch, so you can have enough energy because you being overworked building someone else's dream. If I ask you why you eat dinner, you're eating dinner to get prepared so you can go up and build someone else's dream. You're only washing your ass to build someone else's dream. You're only going to bed to build someone else's dream. You see what I'm talking about? So that's the conversation we gotta have. So you only got 1/3 of your life or less to yourself because some of you doing double overtime on top of it. You feel what I'm saying? Some of you working extra time and a half and all of that. So let's just be for real. I just want to get you out of the 1/3. You can hit me at brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Interested in the consultations or the mentorship. Put your full name and your number there, and we're gonna get in and salute. The goal is to get you out the 1/3. That's what the goal is. Get out those 2/3. You can't spend most of your life working to build somebody else's dream and send their children to school. Shit is insane. We wasn't designed to do that in life. You know, they gonna sell you on being a garbage man for 30 years for a fucking pension. You wasn't designed to throw away no damn garbage for 30 years because if you stay there till 67, you really get the benefits. See, this shit is crazy.
I had that conversation yesterday with a dude that drive the bus. He's about to retire next year. They're like, yo, you crazy? You only got 11 years in. He's like, you expect me to work for the next 25 years to get a pension? Like,
people don't understand the dynamic though, because of the lack of wealth in this country on the black home. All you understand is that. You understand where I'm coming from? And this is why, if you work in corporate America like I do, you see how the CEOs look at the workers.
right.
Because we're the entrepreneurs, they look at you as the sheep or the cattle. People don't even know what entrepreneur means. It means taking control of your own life, taking all the risk. People just think, oh, I own the... Nah. It just means you're taking your life in your own hands, and people don't understand that dynamic.
Man, this is real talk, man. But, you know, just waking you up day by day, step by step. They normalize it. Like, they normalize back pain when you get older and arthritis. It's not normal, but because everybody go through it, it is normalized. Yeah. You know, like a runny nose is normal when you out here living in the hood and eating high in mucus foods. So since so much people got it, it's just a runny nose. That shit is just as bad as fucking AIDS. And I know you thinking, oh man, Polight, you tripping. No, a runny nose could be any of a number of things. That means you got so much mucus that this shit is leaking out of your fucking nose.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? That means you are overwhelmed. Because remember, mucus can take your cells and put it in clusters because it creates an abnormal growth of cells in a specific area. And then when you go to get yourself checked out, mucus is translucent, so when you get an x-ray, you can't see it. The only time you find out you got a problem is when it materializes into another problem where you get pain or you can see bumps. Then that's when you got to deal with it. So when you see mucus coming out your nose and the shit is dripping, that means your body is so overwhelmed by it, it can't get it out through your fecal matter, it can't get it out through your urine, you know, now, or through your sweat, through the pores, now it's coming out your nose. That means like something serious is going on. Never undermine a leaky nose, man. That stuff is crazy. But because so many people got it, it's normalized. Because so much people in older age got back pains and arthritis, is normalized. You're like, well, this just comes with old age. No, it don't. It don't come with, you wasn't designed to live so you could break down. It's just not real. You can have a nice exit out. You know, you don't got to be on tubes and shitting out your mouth on your way out. There's some real stuff. People be going through mad stuff, blowing their nose through their nose, blowing their nose through their throat from all the cigarette smoking and all that. Yo, it's ugly. My grandfather went through that. You know, he had to blow his nose from his throat. You feel me? To get the mucus out. Mucus. This is what be killing the community.
And that's what also happens through actually nicotine and smoke. When you see the people with the hole in their neck because of the mucus buildup within the capillaries of the lungs. Man, that's why it happens. That's why you see and they talk to the
you have to push the button.
Exactly. You understand?
Yeah, it's crazy,
like
man.
The South Park character.
It's a fact, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm telling you, this is real talk, man. Yo, so this 9-to-5 business and from work, sleep 6 hours. Come on, 16 out of 24 hours. I mean, only having 8 hours left for yourself. Come on, that shit, they made that shit normal. And the people who made it normal is the ones employing/enslaving y'all. That's the people who made it normal. They normalized these hard work hours to make you think, you know, I'm just getting myself together. And then those of you that feel like that's doing nothing, then you say, I'm going back to school. For what? So you can go into debt.
My brother said that the other day. I'm going back to school. All right, good luck.
Good luck. Waste some more time.
Unless
like, yo,
you're getting a working degree, school means
like, yo, keep in mind, man.
Do apps,
First of all, the lifetime expectancy is now 72 years old, so especially for black men. You know, women living longer. So you're not gonna have me when I'm near my 30s start thinking this crazy shit to burn more of my time, unless it's really an investment. But people don't be seeing the future like that. We have a problem forecasting money and our own life, because this is death. So we have a problem forecasting life. You know, as we're nearing life, you're supposed to say, man, I can't afford to give up my time like that. You're not no child. You can't just be doing anything at random to buy time. You're on the way out, motherfucker. You gotta put this shit together. You know, you can't just be randomly, I'm gonna just go back to school for 4 years. You know, and do what? Now I just added another $30,000 debt. There go. That's why they give you a mortgage. It's a death pledge. Mortuary means death. Engage means pledge. So it's a pledge until you die. And I'm going to tell you why. The average person starts getting their house around 35 years old when they really settle down, right? So if you get a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, and you get a 30-year fixed rate mortgage around the time of 35, you're 65 years old. They also want you to work. Obviously, you're going to work because you got to work around 30 years so you can keep paying for that house. That's 30 years fixed rate mortgage. It's all set together. So that way, if you should make it to the end, you got about probably 3-4 years before you really see death, because you're going to be dead while you're alive for what it's worth. By the time you get about 66, 67, 68 years old, you'll probably die from retirement because all you know is working for other people. So most people die a few years after they retire. These are facts. People that do the whole 20, 30 years, they normally dead after they retire. That's a fact. But it's called a mortgage, a death pledge, a pledge to pay something until you die. Because by the time you're done paying for the 30 years fixed rate mortgage, you're on the cusp of getting out of here because your mortality rate says that you're on the way out at 72. So what kind of shit is this? You want me to work 30 years? You want me to have a debt willingly for 30 years? Think about it. I'm going to sign some shit that's going to say I'm going to owe someone for 30 more years. And by the time I pay it all, I'll have 5 or 6, 7 years left until I die. You see how crazy this works? And if you put it like that, they're like, nigga, I'm just getting timeshare or some shit. Fuck this. I ain't got no time. Yo, I'd rather not own shit if I'm a not really own it for 30 years. Any debt that puts you in debt for 30 years, and on top of that, then you got student loan. Don't you see the name of the game is to have you in a state of perpetual debt?
Debt wealth. Debt wealth society.
Yeah, like we're gonna just keep owing people for our whole life. Like this is what we doing here, and this for our whole death time. This is what we doing. Come on, man, that's just insane. I ain't got no time to be telling people, yo, you know what? Yeah, lock in. And people are like, yo, you gotta get the house so you can turn it over to somebody else. I'm not sacrificing 30 years for my children or nobody else. It gotta be a smarter way. Because guess what? That means they ain't gonna have the best situation for them. If all my energy and potential goes into this one piece of damn property, demographics change, gentrification happens, maybe too unaffordable for them, it may be too expensive for them when their time comes in, yo, listen, are you putting all the eggs in one basket for real? Like, come on, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that. There gotta be other ways. I can give my children a whole lot more. 30 years straight, I can allocate money towards them as opposed to putting it towards somebody else. I'm giving you money for 30 years in the name of me helping my children. Yeah, right. I hear you. But you see, when black people don't have nothing for a long period of time, what's up, King?
I watch you all the time, man.
Good looking, King. So when black people don't have nothing for a long period of time, they can't wait to put their name on something. So we always signing some shit. We're gonna sign for that car, we're gonna sign for that house, because we ain't have nothing for so long. The second someone said, yo, word, I got proof. Yo, you know banks will help you get better credit just so they can approve you for a loan that you can't afford? Like, oh man, your credit's low, but don't worry, we're gonna put it through the cracks, we're gonna find our way. And then I'm like, yo, hold on, I got approved of a $500,000 loan to get a house, but you niggas won't even give me $10,000 to have cash in my pocket. What's the science in that? You never think to yourself, how the fuck I get approved for $300K house, but I can't get a personal loan for 10 grand? You see what I'm saying?
But it's the same signs that
come on.
It's gonna get worse.
Yes, this is real. You don't have to pay for it in 30 years. It's a way to do it in 7, brother. Okay. Say the way that you're talking about. Let's not play games, man. Show me the way that whoever wants a house out here, they're going to get it for 7 years. Just show me that. and can afford it. I hope these are the same $300,000 houses we talking about.
Shit,
and
$500,000 for a house in Brooklyn.
In the hood.
In the hood.
In the hood. Come on, man. So please disclose the information.
Yeah.
I don't like when people be debunking half-assed. Debunk what I'm saying by telling us where do we go to get these houses for 7 years in Brooklyn.
Hebrew Israelite realtors.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, people be, yo, brother, it's a way to get it in 7 years. I don't doubt you. Put the information out so we can all get this information. You got to email me. Don't put your phone number up there like that. Email me at brotherpolite45@gmail.com. Put your full name and your phone number. You can't pay off nothing in 7 years in California. I mean, it ain't happening in New York either. Between New York and Cali, it ain't going down. Unless you can't even rent out a damn crack building for less. That's how crazy this shit is getting in America today. Peace, Philly.
Maybe in 2006.
My parents did it in 15 years, but the houses was $60,000. That's not bad. I mean, the older generation were privy to buying things cheaper for the most part. You know, like even if I got an apartment, if I had it for X amount of years, all the new people gonna spend more money than the older person. That's, you know, that's how the frequency goes. You know, but I mean, more power to you. I'm not saying no one pulls it off, but we gotta talk about people's income to expense ratio. You know, for them to be able to afford to purchase something like that. Like I could turn around and I could buy some shit inside of 7 years, but that's because I got a bigger bag. We gotta consider the median income. When we talk about median income, we're talking about the minimum amount for people to kind of live on par, not above par. What it takes for people to just live somewhat comfortable. We're talking about median income. And when the median income across the board is damn near $45,000, $47,000, and $50,000, that's not nearly enough for people to pull off those homes. They're gonna have to pull the subprime off it and give you loans that you can't afford. And they understand you can't afford it because they already did the analytics. The surety is already on that. They already insured it because they know most likely you're going to go into default. And they ain't about to take that L either. So they're going to incarcerate other people and get these people that's dying in the wars for us, and they're going to allocate those insurance monies into the MBS or the mortgage-backed securities. That's how they do this, man. I've been dealing with this for a long time, studying this to make sure I can get out of the situation. Trust me. You sign it for 30 but pay the interest early. And who says you have the interest? See, this is what I'm talking to you about. Yeah, pay off the interest. We all think that. Yo, once you get approved, you be like, yeah, you know, what I'm gonna do is pay it early so I could do it in half the time. We say that. But they know we don't analytically understand what the loan means and represents to our livelihood. They already sat there and they did the math like you're supposed to. But when you guys get approved for student loans and everything, y'all don't really sit there or sit down with a CPA or somebody and say, let's evaluate this based on what's really going on. Let me allocate my funds. Let me understand my 50, 30, 20 perspective, which is 50% obligation with your bills, 30 is miscellaneous, and 20 is debt and interest, okay, and investments. That's 50, 30, 20. We don't really sit there and compartmentalize our data to say I can really handle this. You know what I'm saying? I dropped out 10th grade, but I only paid attention to the shit that I need to know in order to make money and take care of my family. I realized all this carrying the one shit and all these special classes they giving us was bullshit, because the whole time they didn't teach me nothing about the deeding process. They didn't teach me nothing about UCC, okay, and prerequisite to a UCC is the security agreement. They didn't teach us none of the stuff we're supposed to learn in real estate. They didn't teach me nothing about credit. All those years in school, from pre-K to 12th grade is 14 years of school. And in those 14 years I spent in my life carrying fucking ones galore, okay? Learn about triangles and all sorts of shapes and charting graphs. I'm not mad at it. I actually like that information. But then let's look at all the other stuff. We supposed to have math, science, language, reading, music, art, gym, all this other stuff, right? But ain't nobody teach you how to purchase a property or how to do due diligence. What the comps are. What is a comp? No one taught you about tax equalization ratios. No one taught you anything about title searching. No one taught you anything about UCCs, security agreements, amelioration and restitution of properties. All this shit is foreign jargon to many of you as I say it. I say amelioration and restitution, administrative affidavits, a specific negative averment with opportunity to cure and counterclaim and admiralty. You look at this and you go, yo, but, and then you're going to have the nerve to ask me what school I went to and what credentials I got. Motherfucker, if you don't even know what I just said, and you went to school and you got your diploma, that'd tell you your teacher was full of shit, not me. Because I'm saying the words and terms that you need to know to be more closely espoused to purchasing agreements or purchasing properties. Okay, if you don't know what it is to have real estate on assignment to be able to solicit, this is when you don't even have to have the money. This is when you're dealing with OPM, so to speak. You don't even have to have the money to be able to sell the properties back. There's many ways to go about this, all of which is the wrong way that they teach you in school because they don't teach you at all. You feel what I'm saying? They don't tell you about credit card redlining and how they are not allowed to disavow your ability to get approved the credit because of your race, but at the same rate, they can disavow you based on your zip code, which is a slick way to knock you off because of your race. You feel me? So they don't teach you about credit card redlining when you go to school, and then make sure that you know what, when you approve for the credit card, make sure you have a address that's outside of the red line, so you can get that much more, or at least be approved in the first place, or increase your credit rate. And no matter how good you take care of your credit, most of you think, oh, if I pay my light and my gas bill, my credit going to be good. Do you realize that only applies to 2.5% of the whole American population? And that's for people that have slim files. Slim files are people that have so very little credit information out there that they will give you ratings based on your little utility bills. For everybody else, it doesn't even fucking apply. You see what I'm saying? We don't even know what actually gives us a good credit rating or not. That's how crazy this is. But you don't got to listen to the 10th grade dropout living better and making more money than your teacher. And I used to sit there in school when I was selling drugs like, man, yo, you can't tell me nothing. First of all, damn garbage man makes more money than you, teacher. So nobody should really be listening to you because we're supposed to be getting prepared to live a better life. Now, if I see other people in other categories making more money than you, it's a distraction. It's a fact. And we need teachers, but it's a distraction seeing other people making more money than teachers. That makes you undermine the knowledge that they're disseminating to you. Common sense, because people living in poverty and they got to listen to the teacher to come out of poverty, and the teacher ain't even making as much money. It's a distraction. And I'm sitting over here like, man, I could flip a couple of O's and kill you if I could keep this on an average and stay out of prison, don't get too greedy. That shit is a problem, I'm telling you. So you got to have somebody else with more knowledge than that teacher and the going-ons of life, because you're supposed to learn food, clothing, and shelter when you go to school. When we left, we don't know how to crochet or sew. We don't know how to cook no food other than the pizza we learned at home ec. Okay, so we can't cook, we can't sew, and we don't know how to purchase a property. We don't know nothing about real estate. And if I want to learn something about real estate in school, I got to come up with 30, 40 bands to wait until I get to college? How come they don't teach about real estate in school and credit when you go to high school or junior high? You telling me we can't teach children? I know what kind of math they was giving us in junior high. It was sophisticated enough to also give me a credit class. And what are we doing all this math for if we ain't learning how to spend money on real estate or learn about credit? What the hell we did all that math for? We ain't never did math that have something to do with buying a house or managing our credit or managing our bills. We ain't never did the math for that. We just was hypothesizing that one day, you know, if you got x squared plus 14 equal, like, what the fuck is this? How we wasn't even able to rationalize why this even makes sense to anything we doing. We just doing it.
All that sequential shit.
Yeah, sequential mathematics 1 to 6. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Trigonometry and shit. You know what I'm saying? And we like, okay. You know, but it wasn't that we couldn't do it. You feel what I'm saying? It was why? What's the end goal? Or, I don't mind the stimulus. That math is off the chain. I actually loved it. I was cutting school and only going to math class, and it was like, this nigga's crazy. But I was doing it because I knew I just wanted to keep my brain sharp, so I was only going to school dealing with math class. And I said, the hell with all the other shit. I ain't going to go to the gym. Back in the days, it was button-up, white-collar shits. I ain't want the dirt on my neck. You know what I'm saying? That's when Hilfiger was popping for a little run, and then Iceberg came in, and button-ups was in. I didn't want the black line on my neck. Niggas looking at my shit like I don't wash my shit. That's what happens when you go to the gym and you sweating too much. And we had gym showers we couldn't use and lockers that we wasn't allowed to use. This is the type of nigga shit that goes on in black schools. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm going into an airport, so I got to put my bag much as a nickel when I go through the detectives. So I got to take my belt and everything off. Now I'm going to miss first period because I got a long-ass airport line I got to go through to get to school. All that shit does after a while. Then I'm going to find out my grade point average is going to go down because I'm constantly late for class because I'm constantly going through all these security systems. So eventually, guess what happens? I don't even want to deal with nothing no more. I don't even want to go to school because now I'm failing because I'm late and I'm trying to explain to the teacher, pardon the word try, I'm explaining to the teacher I'm late because it's just way too much security features to get into school. Every time white boys shoot up their school, they're adding more security features to the black school. You see what I'm saying? We was jumping people. Somebody might have got a little shaved a little bit, but we never aired out the school because somebody was bullying us. We never did that. You feel what I'm saying? So this is the type of stuff that these are the woes that we had to go through when we was going to school. And all of that is part of the distraction. They make you think there's an imminent security threat, you know, to have us over here thinking about everything else. But, yo, okay, I'm about to get this house. Think about it. When you graduate, you're supposed to be an adult. By the time you graduate, what can you really do as an adult? You don't know how to buy a house. You don't know nothing about credit. I'm 18, 19 years old, 17. Graduate from high school, and I don't know what the freak to do as an adult. And then you wonder why we just run to the streets and become fucking animals. Because now you got to learn how to survive. And this shit is a concrete jungle. This is a fact. So if I don't got the knowledge to transcend that type of negativity, then I got to use a street knowledge to survive. And that's what I mean by tapping into your animal. We got no choice but to be fucking animals if you don't got the knowledge to open up a business. You got to learn how to stay on these streets, stay alive. People are robbing each other, stealing from each other, people carrying guns, niggas is gangbanging. So now you got to tap into your animal, because all that carry the one shit ain't going to keep you alive in fucking Brownsville. It's a fact. all of that, yo, social studies and U.S. history don't mean shit when you in the hood and people getting gangbanged on. Now you got to join the fucking side. Don't nobody want to care if you know about the Continental Congress. The Continental Congress are Articles of Confederation and how it was weak and underlined it, so then eventually they created the Constitution. Don't nobody give a fuck about none of that in the middle of you having a gun put to you. The fuck I look like telling somebody with a gun to my head, banging on me. Yo, first of all, it was the Continental Congress, then it was the Articles of Confederation. They had about 14 people under it, and then John Hanson appointed George Washington. Man, I'd be killed in the middle of that whole shit just for sounding weird and tricky. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is real. So that's what I mean by, yo, we have to become animals in the hood if we lacking resources and knowledge. You lacking resources, you lacking knowledge, you got to learn how to survive until which time someone gives you enough information, the opportunity to get out. These are all facts. These are all facts. I'm telling you, man, shit is, yo, it's wild out here. It's wild. It's wild, so I be understanding it. You can't tell that sister she can't shake her ass and make money and go up and down that pole and tell that brother he can't sell no drugs. Not when they in these dire straits and no one's giving them that right information, and then they invest 14 years in school, and when they leave, they still can't do nothing in society. After all the tests, after all the Regents exams and the SATs and all that, we come out and niggas is like, well, how do I buy a house? Or just fill out an application. School don't even teach you how to fill out a damn job application. I didn't even know how to do a resume when I was in high school. I never even learned this shit. This is shit you learn when you under the gun and someone gonna just help you out or you wing it. They teach you no real basic skills to get through. And then you know the shit that hurts? You see ignorant people making all sorts of bread because they were smart enough not to go to school. That's the part that hurts. After you invested all these years in student loan and all this other stuff, and you turn, yo, who is dying in this motherfucker? Somebody is, someone is sneezing and coughing. Yo, like shit. Where's he at with that, man? That's like making a. Oh wow. Son is dying. I'm telling you, he got like a few minutes. Oh, maybe it's all that smoke and shit. They got anthrax in there. He opened up an envelope with anthrax. Yo, he needs to stop. And that's what I'm talking about. Son is working this construction job. Let me go over there. I'm gonna show you. This is why you don't want to work that type of shit. Nigga dying. Now it stops when I get over here. Son is hacking his guts out over here. We can hear him across the street.
Take my Instagram and I'm gonna DM you after y'all meet, and I'll meet you up sometime this week.
Yeah, man, but that's what it is. Take this. That's exactly what it is. But yo, I'm gonna check y'all. We had a good build, very great build. Inspired me to really go into some other information in the near time, in the future. Stay in tune with me because I want y'all to travel with me as I travel. Stay in tune. Love you all greatly. Remember, if you're interested in consultations or mentorship, go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Leave your full name and your phone number. It's all love. Peace and many blessings. I appreciate you too, Sahara. Hit me up, inbox me, show the love. I'm here.
Like you about a large, extra large, right?
Thank you, Dexter. Thank you so much.
All right, there we go. All right, I just sent you some questions.
I'm not knocking the construction hustle. I'm just saying the construction hustle was knocking him. he was hacking his guts out there. And then when I go over there, it stops. He was going crazy, man. I'm like, yo, they need to give homie a break so he can come out and get some semi-decent air. All this congestion in the city is so much cars. Alright, y'all. Love you so much. Peace and blessings. Thanks a lot, Mark Cooper. He said he love when I teach like this. That's what's up. Peace, peace. Appreciate y'all. Definitely. Love. Salute. We signing off. We out. Hit me up. No more procrastination. Make it work.